Hey guys, everything new under the sun here. You'll notice something different. I have a microphone. This is actually a Rock Band microphone. I got this from a secondhand store. I figured it would help my audio recording because I was using the mic on the back of the iMac or wherever it exists on the iMac, and it just wasn't the best. So I'll try this one, and we'll see how it goes. So, and I just lost the last video I did actually. So let's hopefully this records. This is the end. Venezuela runs out of money to print new money. So they've run out of money to print new money because of hyperinflation. You can see the hyperinflation image that shows here. In 2013, it was 41%. In 2014, 63%. 2015, 275%. And the forecast, as I reported on earlier, I think a couple months ago, for 2016 is 720%. We joked that it was unclear, the writer speaking of last year, I think, just where the country will find all of the paper banknotes it needs for its physical currency. Wall Street Journal said millions of pounds of provisions stuffed into 3 747 cargo planes arrived from countries around the world in recent months to service Venezuela's crippled economy. But instead of food and medicine, the planes carried another resource that often runs scarce: bills. So Venezuela is printing bills like crazy. But the problem is they don't have enough money to pay for all the bills that they're printing. Because, you know, $5 bills and $10 bills and 20s are worth so little that it costs more to produce them than they are actually worth on the street. So they're only printing 100s and 50s. They don't want to go up to larger denominations like $1,000 bills, because the government would have to admit that inflation is running away. Venezuela is spending a lot more than it needs because the government hasn't printed a higher denomination banknote, revealing a misplaced fear, analysts say, that doing so would implicitly acknowledge that high inflation the government publicly denies. Big bills do not cause inflation. Big bills are the result of inflation. So when you see countries trying to get rid of low denomination currency, Canada, we just got rid of the cent because it wasn't worth their time or money to create new cents, new pennies. And that means the currency is inflating. That means, excuse me, that means we'll be left with higher, higher value currencies, stuff that's actually worth the money to print. If the Canadian dollar was actually worth a lot, we wouldn't need to get rid of the penny, because the penny would be worth enough that it would make sense to continue printing it or creating pennies. Oops. Scroll you. In an unprecedented case in history that a country with such high inflation cannot get new bills, an opposition lawmaker said. Late last year, the central bank ordered more than 10 billion in banknotes, surpassing 7.6 billion that the U.S. Federal Reserve requested this year for an economy many times the size of Venezuela's. So they're going crazy buying small denomination bills. They're not recognizing the inflation. They could print currency a lot cheaper if they just printed large denomination bills, $1,000 bills, $10,000 bills, and then you wouldn't need a wheelbarrow full of cash. You know, if these are all 5s and 10s, these aren't worth anything. So you need a wheelbarrow to buy anything. And the Bible speaks of a time where it takes a day's wages to buy enough wheat to bake a loaf of bread. And I think that's what it's coming to when money inflates so high, so fast, that it's worthless, and you end up carrying a wheelbarrow around full of money because all the money in there is not worth anything. And so Venezuela, because they don't want to print large denomination bills, actually doesn't have enough money to continue paying to print the smaller denomination bills. But it's going to be like Canada and every other country. We're going to get rid of our smallest denominations first, as the value of the currency decreases and it inflates. And we're going to inflate into oblivion, effectively. Our money's not going to be worth anything, and we will need wheelbarrows. But before that completely comes to pass, we're all going to move to a one-world currency where everything's revalued, all countries are revalued, and we accept a new currency, which is going to be a digital currency, probably. It's going to be mark of the beast. We're going to go to a cashless society where everything's digital. And the Bible speaks of that. That's exactly what the mark of the beast is. A mark in the right hand or the forehead where no cash is dealt with anymore, and so we won't have these problems of carrying around wheelbarrowfuls of money. So there you have it. Venezuela is in real trouble, hyperinflation occurring. And this is an example of what you'll probably see in North America and whatever country you're in, if you're not already in it. And they're seeing it in Greece. They're seeing that the value of their money is not there. People don't accept it anymore because there's a confidence loss. It's a fiat currency, and when there's no confidence, that means your dollar's not worth anything. And that's what the citizens are proving in Venezuela. They're proving that these dollars aren't worth very much, so you need a lot of them to buy anything. Because people want to hedge against further devaluation, further inflation of the currency. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Another indication that the economy is doing very badly, and if you want to see how it's going to turn out in North America or Western European countries, take a look at Venezuela. They're probably a good case study, a good test study of what will likely occur here.